I'm sanding out another one. I am at the ranch. I popped this one out in a few days. And these ceilings are sanded, walls. This is the front of the living room. And there's the back. I've got to sand that cathedral yet. And bedroom there is sanded. Bath is sanded. I do a little hand sanding around the inside corners yet, but I started this 2 hours ago, sanding, and I've got half this house sanded, which is good. For a while it was run down. I didn't know what it was, and I had worked on some things in my diet and got my energy back. And I'm 58 years old and still going strong, so that's a good thing. The Lord has blessed me with energy. I use this type of sanding pole. I had to order that head special because you just cannot find those in the stores. I put it on an extendable pole that you can buy at the paint store. Any of the stores like that, Home Depot. You can see the 10-inch sanding head on the floor. That's real nice if you want to cover big areas. The nice thing about that head that I have on there is it will sand better. You don't cover as much area, but you have more pressure per square inch on that, and you can do a much better sanding job. But this whole half of the house is sanded. This is kitchen dining. This is a little dinette. Homeowner already has a little table in here. Kitchen area. We got a little closet over there in the corner. Probably going to be a food pantry. And basically, I just have the half bath and that kitchen, of course. And room out here, there's outside that door, there's like a little entrance way before the garage and area in there. I have to sand. Master bedroom, big master bedroom here, huge, and double walk-in closets, and, which is very nice. Walk-in closet there, walk-in closet over there. That door right there goes into the bath. And this one's nice. They got shower unit there. They got a spot there for that whirlpool tub right there. And there's one thing they're doing in a lot of these newer houses. They have, you can see this, but they have another little room just for the toilet. I guess maybe that helps keep the smell down. And they have a, see it here, there it is. Of course, a vent fan up there, which is going to help too. Those are nice. That's, one of the new things in the past 10 years or so. Maybe areas have been doing it sooner, but that's, about the extent of time we've seen them here, 10, 15 years, somewhere in there. But very nice. And this house sits literally about a quarter mile back off the road. And we're just kind of nestled here back in the woods. There is a creek that borders the back of this property, and you can see like some of that right there. They were digging, they were digging back in there, and I think they dug a channel for that creek to come in. I don't know if you can quite see it from here, but it's back over that way. And some of that is just flooding that you're seeing there. It's just flooding because it's that time of year. Spring, it's melting. But back in there way is supposed to be a creek. Not a real big one. I was talking to the homeowner one day. I says, you've got the spot that everybody wants. He goes, I know. I said, you're missing one thing though. He goes, what's that? I said, I looked in the back and there's no stream back there. He goes, you just didn't look back there far enough. So I stood corrected. And I said, I wonder how far back it is. Well, so I looked on the map, and it is a little stream. Because I asked him, I says, how's the fishing back there? Can you catch fish? He goes, oh yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a real trout stream or not out in this area. But there's just a small little stream of water that runs through there. It's not a lot, It's just a tiny little creek, so I don't know exactly really how much fish it would have in it. So, but there's enough water in this area. Even if he goes from here up to Alcott area, there's a river that runs up through there. We used to go up there salmon fishing. Now it's strange because I love fishing. I like eating fish, but for some reason I don't like salmon. I love fishing for them, catching them, but I don't like eating them. I don't know why. So one of the few things that I just don't care to eat. My dad made a salmon dip. He really thought, you know, everybody was supposed to love this stuff. And I tried it one time. I didn't like it. I stopped eating. I think I hurt his feelings. And I said, I'm sorry. It's, you know, I don't like it. You know? But so listen here, I have to sand yet, and I'm after this one. I'm moving on to some big commercial building, and they're it's just basically a tape and a coat out there. We're hanging drywall. It's going to be a tape and a coat, and then the plumbers and electricians, whatever, come in. And they, you know, drill their holes through the drywall and put the stuff in whatever they have to, and then there's a suspended ceiling over that. So it's a huge, massive building. It's going to carry us like all summer long, I guess, from, you know, what my boss said. So that's a good thing. And just going to be kind of a messy, cold job out there. I don't think they even, you know, put any heat in there for us. We just go in there with some tape and compound and start whacking it out. But, thanks for watching. I am working on getting down camping again. The unfortunate thing is I've had bad rotors on this truck since I bought it last June. It was like that when I bought it, and I could drive it for a while, but now it's getting really bad. So I got to put some money together and get the rotors and brakes changed on this thing. So that's going to hinder me from going any work except work for a while. But I've got some new things coming up, and I've just basically been, you know, just doing videos to keep the channel going. And I also mentioned in the last video, you know, that I started a new channel called Positive Christians. And I have a page on Facebook called Positive Christians. Now, this is not the same work that's associated with PositiveChristians.com. That's somebody else. Okay? Now, I had just, you know, came up with that name because of a vision I had, not even knowing what was out there. So it's not even associated with that. And so I am working on doing a web page for it also under a domain I have. So it's going to be a subdomain. But my vision is to share the word of Elohim in the spirit of truth and love. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are focusing on, you know, doctrine and, you know, we should be doing this and we should be doing that. They're losing sight of love. And that's, when that happens, you know, nothing is going to hold together. And on the Facebook page, it's growing all the time. I'm just, you know, I'm getting subscribers constantly. We're almost up to 650 subscribers now, and I was just blown away by that because I thought that would be a nice little page, you know, just to share some good things, encouragement with people, because I just love to encourage people and just share the good things that Christ brought to us, that He showed us in His life, because, as you know, He left us an example to follow. And my last video, I put a link to the Positive Christians YouTube channel, and I'll put one on here also, so you can go visit that. And I'm working on those videos a little more, giving them a nice intro and ending and stuff like that, just to make it a little more pleasant, you know. And I started doing it on this channel in the beginning, and excuse me, time got a little short, and I started just, you know, doing the videos and uploading them, and so I've just been, you know, getting a little bit lazy that way. I don't know if necessarily lazy, because I've just been busy, but maybe once I get back into being able to do more camping videos and stuff, I'll take a little time. Now, I know the one in the beginning, it was long, you know, long intro, and, you know, that's just not good. So I'm going to reconstruct a new one, and I mean, I've got, enough video software to do what I have to do and stuff and make something good. And so I'm going to work on that a little bit and, try to get some more professional type videos together. I got the software, I got the ability, I just have to spend the time and get it together. So that's some of the stuff I'm working on. And with 2 channels, I'm just going to have to stay on top of it. And the nice thing is, the Positive Christians channel is not real hard to do because I can just, I just do them at home. And, the Camper Hollow videos are done, when I'm on the road, I'm at work, or camping, or whatever. And so I haven't been bringing, my tripod and all that stuff. And just, kind of bring the high definition camera, which is, smaller, easy to handle and stuff like that. And I just carry it around and whatever. But I'm going to start treating it kind of like a part-time job. And, do it that way. And then it'll be more on my mind. And then, so when I go camping, I'll be, better prepared. Because before, when I was going camping, I was just, taking pictures and stuff like that. So the early videos were just, collection of pictures, and I dubbed in, my voice to explain things and stuff like that. And it takes a little bit of time to do that, but it was the only way I had to start it out. And last year I'd hoped to get out more, but, the economy was still kind of down for me. And this year it's coming back up. So that's a good thing. Things are looking up. And I was thinking about going to State Land to do some camping. And because the other place where, that I've been calling Camper Hollow, and it just wasn't, working out real well because of some things and stuff, and the other people that had camped there, that they quit going there altogether. And I said, that's not good. And I thought I might anyway, because I do have my own spot there on State Land. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't be able to set up a fire pit and everything like that. And I happen to also be talking to the owner of that land recently and told him, I may get down there again, and I had a pile of firewood down there too, and so I got plenty of that already cut and split. And in some of the early videos, you'll see the log splitter there and stuff I'd used that he'd got. And the truck I had was a nice 4-wheel drive 3/4 ton Ford, and I just drive that right back in the woods, with whatever I wanted, load it up with firewood and go back to the site and drive it right back in the woods, right, and by the fire pit and unload it right there. It was a little tricky getting between some of those trees because I had to twist and turn a little bit to get in there, but it saved a lot of walking drive, with carrying wood in to drive right in there. And but so this year's going to be different. I don't have 4-wheel drive in this truck. Hopefully I will, Lord willing, on the next one. We'll see what transpires. But anyway, I'll make a way to get in there, even if I have to, build something with wheels and load it up and just walk her in there. We'll get her done. And but stay in tune. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I hope you'll, click on like and or click on dislike and let me know what you dislike about it in a constructive fashion. So, you won't hurt my feelings either way. But I'm just, always looking for input, of course, and let me know what you'd like to see, because what I'm seeing this year, I've got more stuff. I've got some of the stuff that I talked about getting last year. Showed some of that in recent videos. So I'm working on putting that together, and I've got it packed away where it's somewhat organized and ready to go. I got to work on the trailer. The trailer's got a flat tire. I got to check electrical stuff like that. I got to check change the plug on the truck where the trailer hooks in, because when I bought this truck, it didn't even have a receiver. I had them put a receiver on it, and it had the hookups for the trailer. The wire was hanging there, but they're all corroded. So I got to cut that off and get a new one and wire that in there, and register the trailer again for this season. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope to bring a lot more this year. and show a lot more things. I have 3 tents. You know, some of those older, bigger tents I had are gone. They were either, you know, damaged or just got real old, and so I disposed of them. And you know, I've got a couple new tents. One smaller one that I use in the winter, and it's kind of nice using that smaller one anytime because it just goes up so quick and goes down. When I was camping before, you know, 2-week stretches, I was in there for four hours, you know, getting things off the trailer, getting everything set up, and then when I had to pack up and go, it was another 4 hours. I had a whole day of setting up and tearing down, so it was an awful lot of work. So it was comfortable, you know, what I had. It was roomy. And in, you know, the fall and winter, it would cost an enormous amount to keep that for 2 weeks. The smaller tent is nice, so I'm kind of looking at doing that, and set the shower tent up individually, maybe with a tarp over it for an area so I can heat that in there. I've done it at 50 degrees outside without a tarp around. It's not bad because you put I put 5 gallons of you know, warm water in there, and it kind of heats the tent. You can go in there and bathe with that. Kind of handy. But when I get down to 20 degrees out there, I'm going to need some kind of tarp over it with some heat in it. So I'm working on that stuff. I'm going to show you how I do all that. And it's not real hard to do, you know, and I've just been doing it a long time and able to think of a lot of things. So I've got some of that coming up. I've got a lot to talk about, and actually trying to keep these videos down to 10 minutes, and it doesn't always work that way because I've got so much on my mind, so much you know, I can share with people to help them with their own camping trips to you know, learn new things. And I'm always open to learning more too. If you've got things that you do that you can share, you know, I'm always glad to hear that. You know, we can just help one another make life easier. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.